the girl casually tossed a piece of paper at the ancestral copper mirror. But the next second, an ancient imperial concubine sprang out of the mirror, kneeling in front of the girl, begging her to exchange bodies for a year, to help her win the favor of the crown prince and gain the emperor's affection, after which she would rise to the position of empress. The concubine promised to reward the girl with countless treasures after a year. At that moment, the girl was struggling to gather money for a house. Seeing the pleading in the concubine's eyes, she agreed without hesitation. A year passed in the blink of an eye. The girl helped the concubine become the empress, but discovered that the concubine had used her identity to rack up high-interest debts, and had abused the girl's body, causing her to contract a deadly disease. She even deliberately got pregnant with a beggar's child. At this point, the concubine mocked the girl's lowly status, claiming that the girl was lucky to have enjoyed the concubine's body for a year. When the girl learned the truth, she was heartbroken, spitting blood and collapsing onto the golden ingots the concubine had prepared. Before she died, the girl vowed that in her next life, the concubine would pay for her actions. To her surprise, when she opened her eyes again, the girl had been reborn to the day she exchanged bodies with the concubine, and as in the previous life, the concubine ordered her to do things carefully, promising that only after 1 year would they return to their original states. This time, the girl decided she would not be soft-hearted. The concubine then took the girl to meet the crown prince, ordering her to help him get close to the prince. But the girl knew that the prince's birth mother had already passed away. Whoever could get close to the prince could become the empress. The concubine had never been able to get close to the prince, so she thought the girl could help with this. But the girl wanted the prince to respect her, so she stopped putting effort into teaching him how to read. Instead, she had the prince describe the content of the books in storytelling form. The girl comfortably lay back and listened to the stories, while the prince fed her grapes. Unexpectedly, the emperor saw this, and approached to feed the girl a grape. But it wasn't until the girl bit the emperor's finger that she realized something was wrong. Frightened, she quickly stood up. At that moment, the emperor thought the girl was going to any lengths to please the prince, but now she seemed to have changed. The emperor scolded the girl for only seeking pleasure and mistreating the prince. However, the prince expressed that learning by storytelling was more effective than studying alone, and explained that the girl had fed the prince grapes to teach him gratitude. Because of this, the emperor believed the girl had put a lot of effort into the prince, and immediately announced a reward for her, ordering her to spend the night with him. But the girl, nervous and scared, pretended to be unwell and refused. The emperor thought she was playing hard to get. From then on, the girl never actively sought to sleep with him, and the prince began to listen to her more, calling her Mother Empress. This caused the emperor to gradually develop feelings for her. Meanwhile, the concubine in the modern world continued to abuse the girl's body, borrowing high-interest loans in the girl's name when there was no money. Soon, the year's deadline was approaching. The concubine prepared paper money for her in advance. Little did she know, this time, the concubine would pay a heavy price for her actions.